The signs say no.
We're the only badass novel bitches around. So.
Oh, there we go.
If I'm good to go.
Then, when the music is broken off,
Yeah, you're supposed to like. There you go.
I'm so excited for this! Flower bookmarks. These are so pretty.
we all got different designs. Mine is bamboo with like a
Oh my god, that was an exciting adventure. Welcome back. Hi, thank you so much. We have Erica Bauermeister. Welcome, guest author Kayla tonight. Special guest. We a lot of tandem guests tonight. Jess Lowry, right here with us tonight. Welcome, Asha. We're so excited.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Hey, bitches.
Hey, bitches.
hello.
I was muted on my end. I forgot to do that. That's funny. How funny. All right, let's see. Hey, Jessica and Ashley. Anissa's here. Hey, bitches.
I'm
How was your week?
gonna move the book. Let me move the book.
I'm sure everybody knows who we are, but at this point.
Oh, well. Think it's fine? Okay.
Yeah, probably. I gotta turn it up. We have the fans running here. Whole house is like, is your house on fire too?
So
Oh my
hot.
gosh.
This
Hi,
heat wave.
Katrina. Welcome, babe. Yeah, so all of us are sitting in like a super heat wave this week. It wasn't, oh no, it started today officially, but it was really hot yesterday, right?
Yeah.
We even had an earthquake this morning to start it all off. Yeah, that's what happens in this area when your temperature like shifts so drastically overnight.
Mhm.
Really, you just start it all off with an earthquake because it's like overcast and weird. Is it like that over your way, Dominique?
Pretty much. It was a weird morning for sure. Yeah, it was overcasty, but like 105. And that's not
Yeah.
normal.
No, it isn't. It really isn't.
It was 110 in Downey this morning.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
How hot was it outside yesterday when you guys were at the wedding?
I didn't even check. We were luckily in the shade. But
So obviously Desiree is here. Her whole crew is here. Very exciting. They flew out Tuesday. Tuesday? Yeah, I guess it was Tuesday. So they flew out Tuesday, whole crew, and they came for her husband's sister's wedding, or her sister-in-law's wedding, which they went to yesterday. Yay! But of course, it was outside during the heat waves, so yay. I went down to help hang out with the baby, with little Odin and Ben. But I got to hang out inside the AC at the hotel the whole time.
Oh, nice.
It was so hard. So hard. All right. Here's Desiree's crew, including their oldest who flew out from the East Coast. Very exciting. Little goose. Well, there we go. One in the middle. All right. Hey, Caitlin. Welcome. So, we started reading a new book this week. The Last Kingdom. That light's in the way. There we go. By Bernard Cornwell. Believe it or not, he's pretty popular. So, obviously, he won't be on with us at the end of the month. But,
that'd been cool.
that would have been cool.
First day on their fun. And then
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Someday we'll have a male author hop on. Someone with balls, I guess.
Yeah. I was gonna say somebody like I was trying to think of
Yeah. Someone not afraid to join a bunch of bitches and talk about their book. So, anyways, we read the prologue. Even though I think last week I kept calling it the epilogue, and I'm so tired of myself doing that, but we read the prologue and 2 chapters, 1 and 2, because they're long as fuck. So, did everyone finish their reading officially for this week? Did everyone get through it? It was long.
no.
Okay. So the prologue was long in itself.
It was long.
And I'm gonna not lie. I did do all listening, and
Oh, good.
I try to focus on listening. I might have to listen to it again. I got a good gist, but I am fairly confused.
I'll find out about what.
Yeah, we'll have to
Like
see.
who's
where the confusion-
who's who exactly, and but then I think I
Okay.
know what's going on. I like little bits of like, wait, is that?
I think
Yeah.
we can probably clear all that up during. And I'm going to tell you right now, you guys, it is super hot, and her baby's just going to want her the whole time because he's uncomfortable. So
I'm uncomfortable, so I get it.
at some point, but either way, we're probably not going to do 2 hours tonight because it's just too hot. So we're
Heat
gonna try and get
advisory
through it as
has
much
warned
as-
us not to do anything, right?
Yeah, we do have a heat advisory in our area. Yeah, so.
We're not
Sit
lying.
still, we will. All right. Some of you are listening. Some are reading. My mom has been here, and she's annoying to read around. Stop. Oh my god, I can't wait to find out why now. She's like, I can't stay. She's right here.
It's like
Anyway, I did finish my reading, but I had to do it like in the car to get it done. And then this morning, while I was working on some October stuff, so I think the whole state of California is under a heat advisory, right?
mhm.
Dodge that bullet, didn't you, babe? How hot is it out in Utah? All right. So some have finished, some have not. She's annoying in general. Asks questions, wants to keep talking at me.
Tell her to
Oh my
read
God.
with you.
There
Get
you
her a
go.
copy of the book or on Kindle or let her read your book if you're
That might make it even worse.
scooter, and then it'll be a way for her to not be so annoying.
Yeah, because then she could just take part with us.
And then she'll shut her fucking mouth while you're reading.
Yeah, like
Or give her
Rebecca.
her own book where you can't like
I'm good.
get her own book.
All right. So, Prologue was pretty long, but it gave so much backstory that you could not skip it. So,
Like, is it a dumb question? Why wouldn't it just be another chapter? Is that a dumb
It's just
question?
background, a lot of background that's usually, they're just
I don't
giving
know.
background before they actually start telling the story is what I
Right.
feel like.
Well, the witch's book was a bunch of background. That was a chapter.
yeah, that's true. He definitely could have made it like as a chapter, but did not. That's all right. Some people really like to just have a prologue. The starter book, I guess.
He said it's hard for her to trudge through.
866, 867. And then A Pagan Childhood. What was the year? He said it. What year? Well, it doesn't matter. It's right around the same time. Chapter 2, we get a year. 868. So,
I mean, it was good. I mean, I was listening and I was listening in the car, and the kids were in the car, and then like the severed head. I was like,
ooh,
and then Coco was like,
yeah.
What's a severed head, Mom?
It's clearly a Halloween book.
I was like,
Sorry.
it's severed off the body. And she's like, oh, ew.
I was having to listen in the car too, but I had Ava and Lily. Neither one of them were paying attention, but they do like to listen to the books when they are in the car with me. So
They do get into it.
they do. They like it.
Yeah.
So
It's fun to listen to books while you're driving. You know, we used to do that a lot with Graham growing up, and we would travel in the car up and down California to
we
the
woke
cabin.
up to some questionable things.
We did. We would like nap, and she would be listening to a book, and she listens to like a lot of crime and
Yeah.
mystery. So So stuff when you're a kid, you wake up to, and you're like, oh my god, Grandma,
Good question. What are you drinking?
what are you listening to? What am I drinking? Oh, I'm testing out the Cherry Coke Zero with my bourbon today.
And
Cherry Coke Zero. It actually is pretty good. There's a funny flavor in it, but I'm not sure what that is yet. Like something that sits in like the center of the tongue, which feels weird. Consistency.
That's what she's drinking.
With the bourbon, but here we go. A little cherry Coke Zero. It was new, so I grabbed it. Thought I'd test it out with you guys today. It's good. But like I said, there's like a funny flavor in the center of my tongue that just is like different from Coke Zero. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Tell Coco.
He's got his head cut off. Caitlin, how old is Sophia?
Interesting. She always asks us to turn my look on.
I thought all your kids were young, so that'd be an interesting read.
Right? Oh, she's like, that's all right. No big deal. Some kids are wise beyond their years. Sherry said,
12. I didn't realize they had a 12-year-old. I thought they were all really young.
all right. It's awesome, Mike and I. Mike. Oh, Mike had it. God, I can't read today, you guys. I'm tired. Even my eyes feel it right now. Anyways.
It's the heat. It's the heat.
Mike had it in his Jack in Vegas. The Cherry Coke Zero. Yeah. Or just Cherry Coke. I love cherry Coke. You know what? CJ has some cherries. We just bought some. I should like put some cherries in my drink.
Maybe that would have helped that odd.
Like real cherries, like the biggies. The old fat cherries. Almost 12. Emily turned 9, and then we just like, oh, those are like good age gaps. Don't we know about age gaps?
Well, I have age gaps of 6 and 3 as well.
How do you do? That's fine. My age gap is 12 years between our college child and I say child
then 2
appropriately. Then the other two. This book is sort of like the game Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Ooh.
That's a good combo. Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. The last week I was like, I gotta play that game. I have it. Get me into the zone.
I didn't realize until my husband told me this series is based on existing records of Bernard Cornwell's ancestors. That's interesting. So there is a historical note in the back of our book, which I haven't read yet. I'm wondering if I should like read it before I get into it or wait and read it till the end.
Maybe before.
But maybe it gets into some of his history and all that. Very interesting.
Wait, where is
so
it?
Did your husband read it or did he?
I was gonna say it's a random piece of information that your husband had. So did he like research it, or how did he know that?
Yeah, or did he previously read him? So Bernard Cornwell, like I said before, he writes a lot. He has so many different book series.
In the historical note.
Yeah.
Does it say that right away?
Right here is his historical note. So interesting. Read that right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I'm just gonna read. Anyway.
You can read and let us know what it is.
Oh, here we go. That is super interesting. He loves the series and the Vikings and had read something about it. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I like that. All right. So, how many of you out there have seen the TV series already? And has anyone previously read this? Or did the TV series make you want to read it? It's always fun to kind of find out that like some of the books we pick are, shows or movies. Sometimes we know, sometimes we don't. I think most of the time we know it is, but we haven't always seen them. So, Nessa had watched the series, the whole series. Are you like up to date on it? Because I only started it to kind of get excited about it and give myself some like visuals for some of these characters.
Yeah,
so when I started
visuals.
reading, some visuals. Y'all know what I mean. But when I started reading, it made it kind of easier to have like most of the main characters that kind of start off the series like kind of in my head. So I wasn't as confused maybe as I would be if I hadn't previously seen, like, I think I've only seen 3 episodes, but I've seen some of it, fallen asleep, none of the above. Didn't know a thing about it. Okay, so it's kind of I watch the series, but it's hard for me to watch adult stuff, right? Like your kids are always around, and then it's like as soon as you put something on, they wake up and come in.
That's literally what the evening is, and before, like when we stay awake till like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, it's for literally
Bingo. It's just
binging TV shows.
Yeah, it's to like catch up on our shows that we can't watch when our kids are awake.
That's the adult time.
I know. Ugh. But I have wanted to watch the series. I haven't had a chance for the same reason.
Hey,
It's
guys.
not really- Oh, I could. Yeah, we could.
Is there an
So
earthquake?
maybe.
There's an earthquake. My chandelier is
Thank you. Is
shaking.
that what's happening right now? I can't
Yeah.
tell because I'm
My
rocking
chandelier
my-
is moving.
I can't tell because I'm rocking in my seat anyway, and the wind is blowing everything.
Well, no,
around.
because it's the chandelier is moving.
Oh. I told you, y'all.
Sorry.
I mentioned, like, at the beginning of this, and here we are. California. We're all, oh, it's an earthquake.
It
It's
has
like
to
some
be. What
huge
else would cause that
tornadoes
to
and
move?
hurricanes. Y'all are like, oh, is that a hurricane? Yeah, no big deal. I go to bed at the same time as the kids. Gotta
So
get
does
up
my
super early.
husband. He's here.
Just trying to look for other things that would be moving.
But
Sorry.
now I've seen the series. Yay! We'll
So,
be like on the same timeline, you and I. So I barely started it.
would watching the show help me, or would it confuse me?
So if you want to get a feel for the characters, if they're who confuse you in the story, because there's so many characters mentioned at the beginning of this book. So not only in the prologue are we getting like a lot of characters,
Yeah.
but then even in the first 2 chapters, they add in new people. And it's like you're trying to keep track of like who's who, where are they from, which side are they on? You know, are they on the English side? Are they on the Dane side? You know, are they kind of in between and looking for a lord? So there's a lot of characters. What I did feel like when I started reading this, like just a few days ago, was because I had previously seen the first 3 episodes of the TV series, that it did kind of help me get the gist for the characters. So when they came up in the story, I was like, oh, that's who that is. Okay. And it really like refreshed my memory on like just the beginning stuff. The series, the first 3 chapters, the first 3 episodes is already beyond where we're reading. So
I shouldn't go past that.
Episodes is the whole book.
Okay.
yeah, really?
That's what our pre-reader said.
Oh my god.
So
it's like a
if
whole
you
book.
watch the first 3 episodes, that's basically all the information that is in the whole book.
So don't
I
go past that.
know because they're on like 12 or 13. I think he has 12 or 13 books in this series. I don't know how many of his books are incorporated just in the first season, or if it's like filler from there. But if it's
What Katrina says, yes, this. It is helped with the pronunciation of names. That is for sure.
See,
So I know I was fooling
Yeah.
around last week with some of the names when we were
Yeah.
reading them, but I had previously heard them. I was just trying to be funny, but I also knew that Anna would not know these, and so that would be quite funny. It'll be funnier next week when she's here and has to say them.
I actually noticed one name that's not the same. They pronounce it differently. Yeah, and it's
Which one?
only because I'm listening that I noticed it. So Ragnar's sister, it's THR or TYRA. I don't know how they spell it.
Tie, right?
So it's
Or tier.
Tora is how it's pronounced, or Thora, it's Tora. I think it's just T. In the TV series,
Hold on, I'll leave it
but
here.
then in the book, oh my gosh, now I'm blanking on how
They do a
said it.
TH sounds. The thigh.
I literally heard it so many times, and I was like, remember this because it's so different. And it took me a minute to realize who
Doesn't
we
he
were
say
talking about.
Thyra or something? Thyra? Oh my
I
god,
actually
you guys.
can't recall
Wait,
now.
who is it? It's you said a
It's,
sister.
It's Ragnar's sister.
chapter.
which is who ends up taking Uhtred. He pays the ransom to keep him. So his daughter.
Ragnar's daughter.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So Ragnar's daughter is the one that little bastard
Sven.
rips the top off, Sven, that little dirtbag. Ooh, I would fucking cut his eye out too. So,
Oh yeah.
oh my god, I cannot wait to hear Anna's take on this book. I know, right? I was so hoping she would be here, but her son had a championship game and they won this afternoon, so they're all celebrating. She had previously warned us that she may or may not make it, depending on kind of how things went. So obviously she can't be here today, but she did read. So I want to see what she has to say next week about it too, because she is not excited. So at least she'll be halfway through come next week, which might make it a little more exciting for her. I don't know. Okay, so that little dirtbag Sven ripped off Tyra, or Tora's clothes. Jesus. And then Ragnar came and took his eye. Woo! I was really... I think in general, most of us can say that we were mad at that whole situation. Because it was pretty stupid. That kid is such a monster. And his dad just kept saying, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Proof. Proof. Oh, here, hold that. I was trying to find a name. Hold on a sec. I mean, I don't know why I told him to hold on. Who needs it? What, are you knocking or with someone else? You didn't knock? You didn't know what to
When was the last time you watched the series, Desiree? Has it been a while?
I just finished season 5.
Okay.
I don't remember when. It was this year. I just don't remember if it was before we came back or after. It must have been after we came back.
What?
I got caught up on
Right here.
Yeah, Thyra. Vanessa, you're listening. Jessica, you're listening. How did they pronounce it?
I thought they
People
said
listening?
Thyra.
That's what I'm trying to remember how they said it there. But I just
Thyra, but it's not that in the show, right?
no, it's Cora.
Or I
feel like
thought
I'm
it was
still-
I thought it was Tira or something, but I don't know.
I feel like I'm still saying it wrong.
I need a family tree. I'm looking up a family tree right
Okay,
now.
so that's part of it is like there's so many people and there are the lords and the kings and the priests and all
So
kinds and
Thyra
on
in
so
the
many sides. I love how he said she was half naked, so only got half the punishment.
Yeah.
Right? I was listening and I was like, ooh, that's such a good idea.
That made-
We use
yeah.
that one in the future. Oh, you only half broke it? That's fine. That's
That was
fine. I'll
good.
give you half the punishment.
Right.
Well, that's in the show too. That
It's the
scene is
same.
in the show.
It is.
However, he doesn't drop his drawers, and Uhtred does not cut him with the sword, but he does knock him out of the way, so she can run off and gets into a fight.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to happen with his dad later. So his dad, they said,
Who's
kind of
that?
had Sven's dad. He
Stark.
kicked into the curb. Yeah, that dude. He now has no lord, and you're not supposed to live like that. So he went over to I don't remember who. Gothenburg, right? To get a lord, get himself a lord. So we're gonna see how that goes down. I get the feeling that's gonna come up again later. I don't think that that's gonna be the end of that.
Okay, I found this family tree, but I feel like there's not enough people on there.
Ooh.
I'm missing things. I know. Right? Or they're missing. I didn't make it. Oh, here. Is that helpful at all?
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Lord
see.
Uhtred, Lord Uhtred, Lord Uhtred.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
there's like,
so that's right.
Where's Britta? Because she
Britta-
can come up and
Brita isn't in there.
Is that a spoiler?
Well, she isn't in her story yet, right?
I was gonna say she isn't, but
She's
in
in
the
the
TV show, at the same time that they took Uhtred when he lunged at Ragnar.
They took her, right?
Yeah, they went and they, pillaged whatever village and
Right.
Took a whole bunch of Saxon children and
Right. And women and all that. Okay. Well, maybe she'll come up in the next
Okay.
bit of reading.
Thank you.
We will be confused. Okay. So,
yeah, absolutely, that's Vanessa.
Yeah.
I just hate what I'm reading, and then my brain like does this pause where I'm like trying to.
Connect the people.
Yeah,
So go
wheels are
watch
turning, but they're not
the
connecting.
first episode.
Yeah.
There's a lot in the first episode.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll
if you
do
can
that.
get a chance to like just watch like the first episode, it'll kind of give you an idea of like how the names are said and who's connected to whom and how like what we've read so far kind of comes to be. So it's interesting sometimes to connect those things. It's neat. I know that like often when we read a book that we know has previously been a show or a movie, sometimes it like confuses us because they do change things.
Yeah. So that's
And
what
I
I
know
was
that-
scared of doing too.
Yeah, so it is a little confusing. Things do change. So far, from what I remember, there isn't in what we've read so far and in like what I've seen, I don't feel like a whole lot is different. At least nothing significant.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it would be super confusing. It's just like you're trying to like because these names are like names you don't hear.
Yeah.
That's the kind of confusing part. And then you're getting like a lot of like whereabouts, like a lot
Yes.
of little towns. And
Yeah. I'm like, wait,
together.
where? Yeah.
Yeah, but there is the map in there in the book.
And then actually last
can I help
year,
you with an idea of that.
for homeschool, we learned about like some of this information. So I'm like, oh
What
yeah.
do you mean?
For the girls' school, like the Vikings and their Beowulf or whatever, like and stuff like that, and how they connected. So I was like, oh yeah.
Maybe starting a school because it sounds to me like you need 2 more students.
Well, that was last year's curriculum, but I can share that with you. It's all on audio as well.
No, she meant take our kids.
No, I was
I
talking
know.
about dropping them off.
Well, I'm
To
just
you.
saying. I mean, there's an audio for the textbook.
Well, I mean, Samus and Belle are like in the same grade, so
Yeah.
I mean, if you're already
But
teaching,
she goes to a school.
I know. I was just trying to push kids off on someone else. I mean, I like the idea of homeschooling, but I also like the idea of someone else homeschooling.
Well, somebody else does it once a week for me, so I get it.
Oh, are you still doing that? I wasn't
The
sure.
Wednesdays, yeah.
All right. Okay. No, I didn't feel like a whole lot changed either. I agree. Ashley, bitch, it's nice to have you back.
Oh.
Nice to have you here. I know you're enjoying this. She posted earlier that she was reading and watching at the same time, which is kind of funny. But that might be a way to like get an idea of the names as you're going along. I would not be able to personally focus. I'd be staring at the TV.
Well, simultaneously?
Why?
That's what, yeah, she had it on and while she was reading.
She did. She posted in the group that
Like
she
this has
was-
like background visual?
Yeah,
Oh.
probably.
That's fun.
Ashley, what was your favorite part of the reading this week where you were like, I love this book? What did you read where you were like, this is it, this is why?
Yeah, I saw you were enjoying it. It's one reason I love the Assassin's Creed games. They
Yeah,
teach
I like it.
story. That's true.
I like
do
how they
like-
tie stuff in. That is fun.
Yeah. So not only we get to read historical fiction and watch historical fiction, but we can play some
Play it.
historical fiction. Shit, that's like an interactive way to learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect for kids. Hey, Ashley, look, everyone's excited. Okay. So what is the most confusing to you right now? Who do you need to have like connected? So at the beginning of our reading, obviously, Uhtred is not Uhtred. His name is Osbert, and
Yeah.
he is a younger brother, so obviously not next in line to be the king, but his brother is killed by
Yeah,
the
that's
Danes.
how he got the
His head gets
name.
decapitated and dropped off, for a gift. And
The guy now that's taking care of him is, what's his
Okay.
name?
Ragnar and what's the old guy's name that he has to the blind old guy? Raven, his dad. Raven. Okay.
So who is he? Who's Uhtred being taught, or who's keeping him?
Ragnar.
Ragnar is. Okay.
And Ragnar is not the king of the Danes. That's what's his name?
Is that Raven? Raven?
No. Oh God, I can't remember his name, but nobody likes him.
And Ragnar has 2 sons, right?
A son and a daughter.
Oh. I thought there was like a 6th
no,
son.
2 sons and a daughter.
One son that's always sick, right?
And then there's is that the older one that he liked? Okay, bitch, you have to take him off the bottom, I think. Well, tell them that we said absolutely not. She's ours for the evening. You already had her all week. It's my turn. Just kidding. I mean, you can say it.
I think I get it. I think that's the little part that confused me. I guess when hearing it, him referring to Ragnar, then using his name, I think that I thought there was 2 different people. But
Okay. So they all name their son their name.
Right. Okay.
That's going to be confusing. Yeah. So.
That's what it is.
So Uhtred, obviously, his dad, when his brother is killed, he then becomes the next in line to take Babenberg to be king, and so they change his name to Uhtred from Osbert. And then when they go to war with the Danes over all the shit, that's when everybody loses and he gets taken because they think that they're going to be able to ransom him back to the future king, which is going to be then the brother.
Okay.
His uncle. That's Osbert. Is that his uncle's name? No.
Alfric.
Alfric. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so Alfric is his uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. The younger
Fallen.
one is the sick one all the time. The oldest son is Ragnar the younger. There we go. Thank you.
Okay. Gotcha.
Y'all are amazing. This is why it's so cool to have book club, because when you're confused, you just come together and we ask our questions, and sometimes we get confused and oh, we got a baby coming in. You can bring it. Here's my eye. Look at him. Oh, here we go. Here's Odin, who've been hearing about all week in our reading.
Oh yeah, we've been hearing about him.
Yeah. The little god. Oh. We've been hearing about the god Odin and who prays to him and how. Is he toasty, little buddy? Oh.
We got some book club or book box items revealed.
Thank you.
Right?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah. So we revealed a few book box items, didn't we, this week? So
The
we're hearing
beginning
about
was a snack. Oh.
And we heard about the cracklins for crying. Yeah. So the silver obviously came as chocolate to us, but we're gonna send you actual silver coins. It wasn't really worth
Sorry.
it.
And the
Sorry,
ring.
y'all.
The ring.
The ring, right? The arm bands came up. I don't know why I don't have that on. I think it's cool. Yeah, and I think they called them arm rings, even.
Is that what they called it? Okay.
Yeah, I think they're calling them arm rings. And you can earn them by kicking ass. And
Why
your
don't I
king
have
or
armbands
lord,
everywhere? I think that.
well, who's your king or lord with the hands of milk?
No.
She said, I'm the Lord. And
You can't
my
give it
is
to yourself. Then it's
yeah,
up to you to give to
she got
you.
herself an armband for this month. Y'all got
For
armbands.
kicking ass and pushing this baby out.
Yeah, kicking ass and naming babies. And taking names, which you don't use. I like that Odin is coming up in our reading as a god. That no matter which side you're on, they still worship him. Interesting.
He also mentioned Luke.
So Odin
Mention
is
what?
Odin. It's a different name.
Odin is who?
Woden with
Woden?
the W. Woden is the original name, and that is who the Germans originally worshipped, or whatever you want to call it.
Huh.
So that's like where the name kind of descends from through the lines, but it's because Odin was god, and it's just like the different languages pronounce it differently. So Woden is how you would like pronounce it if you were German, but it kind of different across the board. But yeah, there you go. So it hit the English at some point, and they worship him. You know, they sacrifice all their favorite animals and a human.
Yeah, the horse. The poor little
Favorite
horse.
horse. I was sad about that. You guys, when you're sadder to hear about a horse being sacrificed than a human.
I know, that's horrible. I hated that I felt like worse about the horse. I did. He looked like
I
a
know,
fairy.
it kind of felt like a dick, but I was like, well, I don't know. What you gonna do? We like what we like. Gotta do some homework.
I gotta do homework.
Hey,
Is that
why are you doing
homework?
homework? I know your baby finally started school.
No, she went back to college.
Oh, yes, you have to do homework. You're right. Like, you actually have homework. Okay, we're knocking shit over there. We're leaning back. No, it's tilting.
Oh,
Hold up. Let me move it. There we
You're gonna
go.
break
There
the
we go.
plant.
no, it's what I had on my head. No,
I look like a fairy, like a woodland fairy.
But we got all kinds of shit knocking here. We knocked
Oh,
over
that's
some.
right.
All right, there we go. But like, it's popping out of your head anyway. All right. Good night, Vanessa. We'll see you next week, babe. All right. So, anything else confuse you? Do you have like the connections now?
I think so.
So
Yeah, I think that was
the
just it.
old guy who's blind is kind of keeping him. They're getting very close, which is cute. Ragnar is the one who chose to keep him there. He decided not to give him back to his uncle.
Right. And he's taking a
Yeah.
liking to him, it seems. Right? Is that
Is
that's
he-
like that's what the book is about, I'm assuming?
Yeah, he is taking a liking to him, and at the same time, as he gets older and he learns more, Uhtred is like, I think he's riding the fence. He's not sure which side he wants to be on. Obviously, he was originally on the English side, and a lot of that still is with him. And so I think he feels right now like he's, kind of like riding a really thin line.
Right. Well, like you said, because he's seeing both sides and all that.
Yeah, so
well, that
he's
too, but even his family started out as Danes, as pagans, and then eventually kind of crossed over
into the Christian side of it. Yeah.
Saxon.
So it's interesting. I'm wondering in the future right now, like kind of which side he's going to end up growing to follow. Will he continue with the Danes and Ragnar? And will he, follow along their path? Obviously, right now, they're planning to, take over more areas within England. I think they said Wessex is next. That's what they're going
Right,
for.
yeah.
Big area. So,
Wessex is where Alfred is, where the king is.
Yeah.
Where
Well, they mentioned Alfred.
why did we get to chapter 2?
Oh, all right. Okay. So she was in chapter 1, didn't get to 2, but she knows the story. She's just, I think you're just confused about like where it happens.
Yeah, I don't know
between
the
chapter.
timeline in
Okay.
the book only because, again, like Mom said, you know, the book covers literally 3 episodes. So like there's a lot more information in the TV show. And
Yeah. Does her?
oh my God.
Look what my husband just brought my
Oh,
sister.
wow. Look at that platter.
My brother husband does not bring drinks, but he brings food.
He does. He knows how to feed a bitch. He really knows how to feed a bitch. He's not stupid. Look at that.
That's fancy.
We got
there's your
Fiesta
cherries.
sour cream. Oh, yum, yum. Enjoy. All right. So, was there anything else that came up as far as his hammer, the Thor hammer
yeah.
necklace?
That did.
Yeah. He took that from another boy. I think every time he took it. Yeah, he took it.
Wanted it.
In like a little boys fight, he took it on him.
Interesting. So in the TV show, Ragnar actually gives it to
Oh,
him after he pays his ransom, and now he's his son. So now he's considered Ragnar's son.
Okay.
He actually gives it to him. That's like his token that he gives him. But then he also still has his hammer.
So that's interesting because he doesn't pay a ransom to get him, does he?
Yeah.
Not in the book.
Yeah. It was
No,
mentioned in chapter
no.
1.
They were going to ransom him back to his uncle. And his uncle said, okay, I'll give you this much. And then he says, look, that's not enough. But I don't think he ever really wanted to get rid of him. That was what he said. He said he only offered 500 silver. And I said, fuck that, because that wasn't good enough. So that he didn't end up like buying him. He just kept him. They already had it and they kept him. Right? Because he did not end up like giving it to his uncle because he didn't offer enough silver.
No, yes.
So he claimed.
Okay, this is what is this?
Okay, I got like the ranch dip packets. Yeah. So I just grabbed a stack of them, but I think somebody put the regular ranch ones in front of a different one because it's a Fiesta ranch dip. And
Taco seasoning.
it does. It's like if you could add like a taco seasoning to like a ranch dip and like marry them perfectly. It's like
is it a good thing? It's a good thing?
It's tasty.
Really
it's very
good.
good.
Really
That's why I like in the middle of my thought I was like, what is this?
So it was a happy accident.
Yeah, super happy accident. Yeah. I was making it earlier and I was like, what the fuck is this? All right. It smells good. Oh well. Somebody messed me up, but I don't care.
Anyway, so in the TV show, Uhtred doesn't actually belong to Ragnar. He actually belongs to what is it?
Uba?
Who's Uba? Oh,
And then so he ends up paying Uba like 200.
who's Uba?
Okay, Uba is the king, right? Of their
I don't know.
dudes. He's the main guy, yeah.
Sounds like Uber, right? Like I was listening. I'm like,
Yeah, when you're hearing it, yeah, he kind of makes it sound like that, yeah.
I think that name confused me too. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I've listened to it in chapter 1.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think I need to read along while I'm listening to like super focus. Sometimes I need to do that. I need to do that sometimes. Sometimes I could just listen. Sometimes it's just reading. But there's certain books.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not. I'm liking it. It's just.
Yeah, it
how
depends
my-
on what you're reading. Like whether or not like you're gonna take in certain like information better, or like with your own reading and your
Yeah.
own goals and your own
And what's
head.
going on in my like right now I'm have a lot on my brain of getting school started and all that. So my focus power is very weak.
Well, yeah, at the beginning of the school year, when you homeschool, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And, you're changing your curriculum slightly, and you're having to, like, make sure that everything's, like, on task. Your kids are on task. You're
Get
on
back to
task.
schedule.
Yeah, got to get back to a schedule. They have to, like, wake up at a semi-normal hour. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Do you do that? Is that
I
something
do.
do you have, like, a morning, like, is it early, like, regular school, or do you, like, just whenever they wake up?
We start at 9.
Okay.
And they do need to get dressed. And they
We
need...
make them change.
They
Okay.
do. They have like their morning, like, getting
yeah,
ready. Like, you have to have your teeth brushed, your hair brushed, ready to go for the day.
Does that help your kids, like, focus better on the schoolwork, or is that to
I
help
think
you
it does. It kind of wakes them up. It helps get them
but they still
ready
get,
for the
like,
day.
a 2-hour, like, time start difference between, like, regular school kids and, like, homeschool kids. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're not having to get in a car or drive anywhere,
no. So that does help. And I'm sure it's, like, a little less
They're
crazy.
still late. They're still late to school sometimes, class or whatever.
Girl,
Do you mark it down on the attendance?
I tell
No.
them, but they're still
Right.
present.
that's funny. Double jinx, triple jinx, personal
I think
jinx.
that's what I'm going to do this week. I think I'm going to do like the combo of listening and
Like,
following.
following along.
I always find it so much easier to really focus when I'm driving to listen.
Yeah. Well, I
That works.
was.
I fall asleep.
Like, I was driving listening, but then I was getting a lot of questions asked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that works, except for when you have to have max AC running, and you gotta, like, turn up the volume to hear it beyond, like, the sound of your AC. And then because of that, all of his P's and S's are kind of like mine. They're hard to listen to. They almost, like, stab you in the ear. So I was like, Jesus, very treble.
So there was this one part. We were building a fence yesterday, Houston and I, and so I was putting it on listening. And he was talking about the whores, how they were, what he called them, plump. What do you say? Plump, pretty, and sweet.
Oh yeah.
And Houston laughed and started giggling and looked at me. And
I loved him.
and that's what he said. He was like, "Well, you're plump, pretty, and sweet."
I was
And I
about
was
to say,
just like,
you said you're a whore.
"Well, he said that," which I'm like, "What are you calling me?" Then took me back to the filet mignon comment he made.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
He just thinks you are tasty.
that
Wow.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to build a fence.
Trying to build a fence, listen to my book, get through the week, getting flirted with by your husband.
So does anybody have a favorite part of reading from this week? And if all of you say when Sven got stabbed in the eye, I'm just going to be just...
Why?
That was a good part.
I know.
You know what I liked? I think my favorite part is actually the relationship that Uhtred and Raven.
Mm-hmm.
Their relationship right now, I'm really enjoying. I mean, not only is he taking him under his wing, but, like, they're really forming this bond. And this kid, like, I mean, he lost everything except for his dirtbag of an uncle who doesn't fucking really want him that much anyway. So it's like he has this family and this new life, and I can understand why he's so confused about, like, where his loyalties should lie. I mean, he has, like, his first 10 years kind of with, obviously his actual, like, original birth family, but now he's, forming a new family with the Danes, and obviously it's going to be very confusing for him, but I'm really enjoying like the like relationship that they're building, and not only his, but like the little bit we're getting from Ragnar, where he's like, he's still kind of hard on him, but you can feel these like moments where he really feels like kind of proud to have Uhtred, you know, under his wing.
I agree. That's why I got confused a little bit. That's how I was feeling too. That's why I got confused, because like, wait, is this the same guy? This is the people, you know. But
the one who laughed at him when he came and tried to hit him with his little sword that got bent.
Yeah.
You said you almost killed me laughing.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. No. So yeah, there's been like little parts of the book that's made me like chuckle and. Like,
yeah, I'm enjoying the relationship. That's kind of my favorite part right now. But.
There's been chuckles and gasps.
What were you most surprised about this week's reading?
Surprised.
I gotta get questions. Like, come with answers. Surprise.
What about you?
Yeah. What made you surprised?
By the end of it, because I already knew the story.
Yeah.
But you could have been surprised about a detail or something. No? Maybe.
I don't think so.
Wow.
No, I mean, I think Vanessa or Caitlin said it earlier that it follows the book pretty good so far. Again, it'll be interesting to find out how many of the books are in just season 1, because it's 3 episodes. So I mean, if it's roughly 3 episodes, you might have like maybe 3 books in season 1.
Well, I mean, we won't find that out because we're only in book 1.
So I'm wondering if there's anyone out there who has read books and has seen the shows and knows how many of the 12, 13 books are in each of the 5 seasons.
That's interesting. That's kind of like Handmaid's Tale.
I was going to ask about that because I never really watched the whole series.
Hello?
No, I'm not talking to you, Siri.
Handmaid's Tale is like wild.
Now
they definitely do a good job of like bringing in not only Handmaid's Tale but the Testament and like the things that happen in those like across the series. But like it's weird because they like tackle everything that we read like in the first episode.
Yeah.
And I mean of Handmaid's Tale, and then they like start bringing in parts of like Testaments throughout like the series. But I know that like in the upcoming season, they're supposed to really do a little bit more along the Testament story, which is funny because I thought that they were going to have like a separate like Testament show. When we were talking about it originally, they made it sound like they were going to have like a different show altogether.
Yeah, that's what.
And then they did it with like blending the Handmaid's Tale with the Testaments in the TV series.
Oh, better that way.
God, what a fantastic series it is. Anyway, but so you've seen what we've read so far. How do you feel about the comparison? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good, and that's where I think that if you are confused or you're just curious, you want to be able to put a face to the people, definitely go and watch. If you watched episode 3, like our pre-reader said, you're going to have just gotten most of the information for the whole feed. So I'm wondering how they'll fill it in.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, 3 episodes, they're like, 40 minutes each or something. Today's reading was already like.
Well, I was gonna say the audio, the everything was like about 40, like the the beginning and then the first chapter. They were all about like 40 minutes of reading.
The reading? Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting, but I don't know. I think it compares really well. Again, go watch if you just want to be able to put a face to the story and see our sexy Uhtred back there.
Yeah, it's so funny because last month's read, we didn't have the time like building like character kind of references. Because it's more about the story than like the people per se.
Mm-hmm.
And we're used to really getting involved in our characters and like wanting to like cast like our perfect lineup. In like reading a book that already has a series, you kind of have an idea of these characters, so we don't really need to like guess who would be a good person for those positions or characters. It's interesting. We'll see, like, if anybody feels like maybe they should have cast someone different in the end for certain characters.
Do that.
I can tell you right now, the first 3 episodes, we get to see kind of a love interest for Uhtred, and I don't like her.
Oh.
At all. At all.
When you finally get through the whole 5 seasons,
Don't fucking care. I can't stand her.
I'm gonna need to hear your opinion.
I do not like her. I don't like how she looks. I don't like the actress that they used for her. Oh my god, I can't stand her. We don't have her yet in our book. I'm sure
Does he reference her? Because he's like, I'm not into like the ladies yet, but or something like that, or because he's talking like when we're reading, he's talking about what happened.
We're reading from his past. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because he talked about that. Like he wasn't he was too young yet, but he
wasn't interested in girls. I mean, he's only 10, and he's more interested in like his family and.
But he's like, but once he got older.
Right, who he wants to be in his future versus who he wants to be with. So he's still too young for that. He's a boy. So, let's see. A pre-reader didn't finish the 3rd episode after where it seemed the book ended. Right, that's how I that's interesting because I'm in episode 3.
Oh, the book ended. So don't watch all 3.
I didn't want to have confused notes of her in the book. Okay. So maybe in the book she'll be better, but as of right now, I just don't like who they chose to play his love interest in the show. Do you like her? Did you like her to start off with?
I don't think I think I was pretty indifferent in the beginning of the series. But once I got into it, you grow like these different characters, throughout the series. They grow on you for certain reasons, and then you might hate them another season or another episode. Like, they really do a good job. So
I can feel that, but I just she hasn't come up in our reading yet, so it's very interesting if 3 episodes is the entire book. I just don't remember it because I think I watched it probably at the beginning of this year. So I haven't even seen beyond the first 3 episodes since maybe January, February. When I started it. But I do remember not liking his love interest who has not yet come up in our reading. So, and it didn't, I don't know if that's going to change in the series or if it's going to change in the book. Wait a second. He's only a year older at the end of this book.
So the guy I'm looking at, we don't read about him yet in this book.
Uhtred. He is Uhtred in the story.
But he's older Uhtred. He's not 11. He doesn't look 11 to me. So we don't get to that part. Is what we're saying.
So this book isn't even going to get to older Uhtred, the hot one that we see in the TV series.
So that's interesting though, because in the 3 episodes, he is an adult in.
See, this, I was going to watch it. Now I feel like I'm going to be confused. I'm going to watch it afterwards.
Weird.
They compress it all. So again, it's going to be interesting. I wonder if I could just go look at the other books and like read the backs
Kinda.
of them and try and figure out if they're included in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I might do that.
Interesting. I actually thought that we were going to get a little bit of an older Uhtred, like TV series Uhtred in this story, but not. Well, we shall see.
Well, it wasn't good.
Night, Sherry.
Good night.
Stuff. Everybody needs to be excited for sexy older Uhtred.
Yeah.
Go watch the show.
Yeah, we'll watch the show, read along. Very interesting. Yeah, baby. Babies are so warm when they cuddle with you
Little
anyway. Like, they
hues.
just with your body.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Anyway, I did text Anna. I was curious if she would give us a quick love it, hate it, interesting story, looking to read on, indifferent, unsure.
Pissed off I have to read it.
No, I haven't gotten anything. So I'm assuming that she's busy at her kid's baseball thing.
Well, we'll hear about it next week.
Mm-hmm.
They better not win again.
Was it over?
Like, how many tournaments championships can have?
I mean, this is it for the season, right? That's why there was like a big old
Distracting.
like ring and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we were gonna do some Viking hairstyle. It's too hot. Everybody's kicking off early this week. I think we'll save it for next week. Do it like halfway through the book, nice and easy. I think that's a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so those are gonna be here for the next year. Not a big deal.
Hell no. You're gonna have
Shit,
a
maybe
heat
we'll all
wave with
get
no
together. Yeah, maybe we'll all get together in one of the coldest houses. Probably Anna's. But
I don't think any of you have AC, right?
I have AC on right now.
Anna
I have
has
it
like
on
a
right now.
box, I think, that like cools off her house better than I have. So we'll see. All right. So what I think we'll do is we will cut out early today. Not that early. I mean, it's an hour. And what we will do is some Viking hairstyles next week, not this week. Because it's too hot. Everybody's tired. And, who knows when the next earthquake will be. We will be reading chapters 3, 4, and 5. So 3 through 5 this week. So that'll get us halfway through the book. Tuesday the 6th is read a book day. Now, is that read a whole book? Or is it just read a book day?
I don't know. Let's go to Barnes and Noble on that day and just go find a skinny book to read.
We'll just like read a whole book. All right. See if you guys can read a book on Tuesday, like a whole book for read a book day. It's on our calendar. Anyways, we will see you all next week for chapters 3 through 5. We'll be halfway through, and hopefully Anna will come and give us for what's what. Next week, Dominique will have the who's who. Right?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, let us know when you watch the show.
Yeah, just watch one episode and then let
I'll
us
do
know
it.
how you feel about it. Yeah. Alrighty. We'll see you guys next week, bitches. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.